Hello. I love me too. I didn't always hate pigeons, you know. I don't think I paid any attention to them at all before the attack. I was 18 at the time and helping my friend at a ski shop. It being 8 a.m. on a Tuesday in the middle of June, the ski shop was doing little business. We had some summer items, but no one seemed to know. I was in front of the store with a rack of swim trunks. Ostensibly, I was supposed to be hard selling them to people walking by. In actuality, I was napping. I was just leaning against the wall in a chair, mouth agape, air noisily being captured and released through my sinuses, unaware of passersby or anything else. I don't know when I realized I was under attack. There was the sudden introduction of bright metal jabs of pain in my right foot. I swum to the surface of consciousness, still not completely in control of my body. My eyes swung down to my foot and took in the scene. In those first few moments, what I was looking at was incomprehensible. 3 pigeons pecking at my foot. That is a thing that does not happen. Why is this happening? Suddenly, all of my senses kicked in, and I kicked out. The birds scattered into the winds as I began to lose my mind. I screamed, "What the fuck?" so loudly that a man came running out of the gay bar next door. I know that doesn't sound impressive, but remember, it was 8 in the morning on a Tuesday. The people in that club at that time should not have even been aware of the existence of the world outside that door. "Are you okay?" the man shouted. "I just got attacked by pigeons," I responded way too loudly. "Oh," he said calmly, "yeah, we have a lizard thing happening in here with Owl. You just need to take a nap." I wanted to yell that a nap was what started this horror. At that moment, my friend came out of the store to see about the shouting. I was beginning to calm down. Then I looked at my foot. He followed my gaze to the 6 or 7 beads of blood now forming at the top of my foot. "Dude, what the hell?" "Fucking pigeons!" I yelled again. He looked me straight in the eye and then doubled over in laughter. I was furious. Then it dawned on me. Pigeons don't just randomly attack sleeping people. "You did this!" I screamed. His laughter accelerated at an alarming pace. "You put birdseed on my foot, didn't you?" At this point, he was barely breathing. My foot started to burn, or maybe I was just realizing the pain. Then several thoughts happened simultaneously. Pigeons are gross assholes. Pigeons made me bleed. Pigeons touched my blood. Please stop laughing. A pigeon, gross, blood, dirty, blood, me, gross. I am gonna die! I ran into the store to get something to sterilize my foot. The absolute best option I had for that process was a half a can of Bud Light. I poured it on my foot. My friend walked back into the store, dehydrated from the tears he had lost. "Dude, I didn't put any bird," and then he was lost again in a fit of laughter. I called another friend who worked at a hospital to ask what I should do. She worked in medical records, but she was the most qualified person I knew at the time. When she stopped laughing, she told me that she had never heard of that happening before, but she was sure I was fine. Just go to the emergency room if I thought I was getting infected. I ended up doing what all uninsured atheists do at times like these. I put my pigeon-battered foot in a bowl of ice water, and I drank whiskey. I cursed the world for not yet having the internet. Of course, we have the internet today, and after some cursory searches, I found no evidence of any other pigeon attacks on record. This means I was singled out for some reason. I've often wondered what I have done to offend the pigeon community. Listen, I have certainly offended many communities, mostly when I was young and not the most motivated thinker. I have tried to make amends the best I can, to understand why comments and actions I make can hurt people more deeply than I imagined, to apologize and make better choices from then on. I try to learn from my mistakes. I have done this far more times than any regular stupid person I know. But for the life of me, I can't think of one fucking thing that I have ever done to those sidewalk-sucking shit drifters. There have been other instances since then. I won't go through all of them because I am not sure how many were simply paranoid perception. However, there is one that is not. It was real, and it was on purpose. I was walking through downtown Houston, and as I crossed the street, a dick in a black convertible Mercedes ran the light and almost hit me without even a hint of slowing. I describe the car merely so you can join my exacerbated hatred in that moment. You are thinking, surely that wasn't pigeon-related. And you would be right. But what happened next was, and by God, it nearly killed me with rage. With my adrenaline pumping due to the near-death situation and the anger boiling at the self-centered privileged scab on a dog's dick driving that testosterone replacement system, I started to run after the car. If by some miracle I had caught him, I would have attempted to murder him with my hands and feet. I promise, that is how pissed off I was. There was, however, no possible way I could catch him since he had 8 cylinders and a complete disregard for traffic signals. I did the only thing I could. I flipped him off. I flipped him off so hard. I like to believe that I flipped him off with such force that a small cancer was created on his face that day. I could feel the hatred rays emanating towards him from that glorious middle finger. At that point, and I swear on my son's eyes, a pigeon shit directly on it. Let me be perfectly clear. During the only act of defiance to assholism I could muster in that moment, during my personal Tiananmen Square, a winged cockroach defecated directly on my meager symbol of protest. Now explain to me how that could be construed as anything other than malice aforethought. With these examples in mind, please hold an ounce of pity for me as I describe what happened mere days after that well-placed turd. I was running late for work. Literally running, as it turns out. And as I rounded a corner, a cloud of pigeons burst in every direction before me. It was a nightmare made real. I reacted how I reacted, and I am not proud, but I am not exactly ashamed either. I reacted by throwing a right hook at the avian confusion that now surrounded me. Quick fact, pigeons see things differently than you or I. They see faster. If you were to sit one in a theater to watch Avatar, he would be bored, not only by the tedious derivative nature of the storyline, but also that he would just be seeing a bunch of still pictures being replaced one after the other. To them, my fist was a relatively slow-moving obstacle that could be dodged with ease, as long as one was paying attention. Oddly enough, one wasn't. That's right. I fucking punched a pigeon directly from the air like a common ninja. Don't worry, he wasn't hurt. He flew off at a regular speed, thinking nothing of his sudden, fist-influenced change of direction. It was satisfying, I suppose. It was a tiny win for me, to be sure, but a win. As I was settling down from the sudden burst of action, I heard someone say, "Yay!" I looked up and I saw an old Asian man sitting across the street from me, arms raised in victory, smiling from ear to ear. He brought down his arms into a boxing stance and fired off 3 quick jabs, punctuating them with a loud dit, dit, dit. and then back into the victory stance with another, yay. I bowed to him and smiled. I knew him instantly as a brother. Thank you.